she's a horse you can really feel. When you stand in that entrance, you could feel that she is concentrating as much as I do. And I remember Peter Fredriksson said in a speech, you can feel the heartbeat through your boots. And that is the feeling I also have, and that is the fantastic feeling what we have in the sport. That moment with the animal, and you feel that she will try her best to satisfy me as well. And yeah, it's a partnership, and it's a fantastic feeling.
Henrik von Eckermann and Mary Lou, one of the most exciting and consistent partnerships in recent years. Here we take a look back at some of their biggest moments in the sport. Their World Cup journey started back in the 2016-2017 season. After putting themselves on the map with a 4th place finish in La Coruna in December, the pair went into their home show Gothenburg as one of the red-hot favourites.
Henrik von Eckermann, Mary Lou. Crowd are jumping every fence with one of their heroes. Gallops down to the last. Can he do enough? The crowd have got absolutely crazy. He's gone into the #1 spot. Smiles all right. Henrik von Eckermann into the #1 spot in front of his home crowd. Everybody's getting to their feet. They're going absolutely crazy here in Gothenburg. Well, what a week this man has had.
The pair had competed in 8 legs together throughout the season, culminating in that win. It guaranteed them 4th place in the series standings with 59 points. The combination would go on to reach the Longines FEI World Cup jumping final in Omaha, Nebraska, where 40 of the very best riders in the world lay in wait. After a solid first 2 phases, the Swedes sat just outside the medal placings going into the final round.
Now for Sweden, Henrik von Eckermann with Mary Lou. 8 faults, 2 fences behind the current leader.
He's riding for a podium place, and he could also be riding for the title. This mare really trying. Every time I speak to Henrik, he just said, what a mare, what a mare, what a mare. Oh, he's a little off that. Really took his time into that combination, setting her up for it.
One to go, still clear. Perfect over the last, and what another superb round we've seen here at the sharp end of this competition here in this arena this afternoon. A big smiling Henrik von Eckermann, he can do no more. He has now really put pressure on the top 3. Henrik von Eckermann finishes on his 8 penalties, double clear this afternoon, but more importantly, he's only 8 faults off the leader.
Champion McLean Ward.
American McLean Ward went on to take the title that has eluded him throughout his career.
And the 3rd place, Henrik von Eckermann, Mary
But the
Lou.
birth of a new partnership on the biggest stage of all took its fair share of the headlines. There was no letting up from there. Success breeds success, and now it was time for the pair to prove they could do it on the outdoor circuit in a team dynamic.
We now move to another human being with an equally large smile. Henrik von Eckermann for our hosts here in Falsterbo. Henrik with this super mare, Mary Lou. Mary Lou, who's the first time Henrik has ever ridden Mary Lou in a Nations Cup. And those of you that follow the sport will know that this combination finished third on the podium in the FEI World Cup final in Omaha, Nebraska a few months ago. And Henrik has got such a depth of horses that he can call upon to jump these 5-star classes. He's 1.60 metre rounds. He was jumped a double clear in Rotterdam, where Sweden won on Cantonero there. And he jumped a clear on this fabulous mare earlier this afternoon. So, Henrik von Eckermann with Mary Lou. Can he make it double clear? Still clear. This could be very popular indeed. Plenty of time on the clock. Henrik von Eckermann jumps the last. He goes clear. It's a double clear for Sweden. The yellow and blue flags are flying. But what a feeling that must be for Henrik to be riding Mary Lou here in a huge outdoor competition. She's done everything right indoors in the FEI World Cup Series. She's now jumped a double clear here in Falsterbo. He will be a very, very happy man.
The partnership had already proved they were the real deal in any environment when the FEI European Championships 2017 came around. Once again, they would relish jumping on home soil.
The first of the Swedish team have come into the arena here in Gothenburg. Sweden currently in first place. Their first man, Henrik von Eckermann with Mary Lou. Sweden on 8.21, Switzerland 11.15, and Ireland and Belgium 12.11. Those are the three top scores in the team competition coming into tonight.
Yes, there's not a pull between them. The Swedes have got a slight advantage with the time faults, but there's just not a pull between them. And they really have to just think about jumping clear lines. And they're proving now that they can ride inside the time. They just have to keep riding inside the time. This man had a difficult start day one, but he got it back together again yesterday. And this would certainly be one of the most consistent combinations on the Swedish team. So basically they are banking on him jumping a clear round. He has to jump a clear round. It's quite simple, because he is certainly, when you take Peter Fredriksson with All In and him with Mary Lou, you're talking about those two riders have been jumping the most clear rounds for Sweden this year. So there's just nothing else for it. He has to jump a clear round.
Can he get the 84 seconds, Jess?
He will. He will. He will, Phil. At this point, he will. He will. I would say he'll be able to go up on the 4 strides to the last. He has no other choice. He's going to have to. He can't take the risk of having a time fault.
5 seconds.
Oh,
4,
come
3.
on, come on.
Just gone over. One-time penalty, but a very, very popular round indeed. The crowds here going absolutely crazy. Former European champion there, Rolf Göran Benson, not riding in the team today, in the stands. So, Henrik von Eckermann and Mary Lou.
The pair's time fault, backed up by Peder Fredriksson's clear round, kept the Swiss at bay and meant Sweden took home the silver medal in their own backyard. Von Eckermann now had 2 championship medals inside the partnership's first year. And so back to the indoor season, and arguably their most impressive season to date. The pair took second spot at 3 different World Cups before the turn of the year, picking up 17 points in Helsinki, Lyon and Mechelen. But once again, it was home soil that proved advantageous for Henrik and Mary Lou when they competed once more in Gothenburg.
Henrik von Eckermann. Can he make it back-to-back wins here in the Scandinavium? He won this competition last year. This year he's not worried about how he gets to the finals. He's second on the standings before today. He won't drop out of the zone. A super year of jumping has him on the rankings as well, number 6. He's up on the clock. He's similar to Evelina Tovek. Can he make it count now on the final run-in? Oh, the lead is changing again, and it changes by a huge margin. 36-89. Now that is going to put the pressure on. Can anyone match up to that pressure whilst remaining clear? Henrik von Eckermann has absolutely crushed this class at the moment. 36.89 on the clock. Olivier Philipparts, he has a really good try. 37.42. It is going to go into second place.
That win cemented the partnership top spot in the Longines FEI Western European League standings with a huge 84 points. Would they be able to handle the pressure of going into the Paris World Cup final as favourites? The Swedes sat in second place going into the final round, knowing only a clear would keep the pressure on the 2013 winner, Beezy Madden.
He's got to go clear. With the 4 faults, Devon Ryan on 6, he cannot have a fence down if he still wants to have a chance to win this competition. Takes the 8 strides and hits it. Wanted to help her, but he took the 8 strides.
Devon Ryan into second position now.
What a sensation. He can still keep third position if he jumps the rest of the round clear. He's sitting on 4 for the moment. He can actually have 2 down and keep the third position.
Yes.
But of course, we still don't know what Beezy is going to do. Devon Ryan is in the lead. Beezy Madden can have a fence down now. She can have a fence down and win it clearly, and she can have a fence down and 1 time fault and win it clearly. And that is very, very helpful, Phil. Henrik and Mary Lou fighting now to come home, wanting to keep their place on the podium. Takes an extra stride.
A brilliant round. He stays on the podium. Whatever happens, Henrik von Eckermann, he finishes with a total of 8 penalties.
It was to be back-to-back bronze for the Swede, but this one felt like a competition lost, rather than a podium place won.
In the end, it was my fault. I should just sit up and wait and trust her jumping. And that's a little bit the hard part, that she jumped so good, and I should have just trusted her there instead. Her quality, what she have, I didn't, and that gave me the pole, and that's how it is.
So to another outdoor championship, and this time the FEI World Equestrian Games in Tryon, North Carolina. After 3 days of competition, the unimaginable was to happen. A jump-off between Sweden and the United States of America. The chances of this occurring almost impossible. Von Eckermann went in first.
Henrik von Eckermann for Sweden, jumping for gold.
Wow, she is jumping. See what kind of chance he takes back on this oxer. Brilliant ride. And to the last.
Brilliant round.
Fantastic.
Stops the clock in 32.99 seconds.
Wow.
Day over for Henrik von Eckermann and the wonderful Tovex Mary-Lou. What a superb start to this jump off. 32.99 for Sweden, Henrik von Eckermann.
That clear round wasn't enough to take gold. Once again, the Swede was behind an American on the podium, but it was a performance that would be spoken about all over the world. Attention turned once again to the Longines FEI World Cup circuit, and one that by von Eckermann's own standards had been a quiet season. That was until Amsterdam.
Henrik von Eckermann for Sweden. Tovex Mary-Lou. Pieszwitz's time, 33.34. Stretch. Got it. Close your eyes. He's there. This is unbelievable. The crowds are going absolutely ballistic here. Can the mare do it? She clears the last. This is incredible. Well, I don't know what to say. You will never, ever see in the history of this sport a better Longines FEI World Cup jump-off. This is the most incredible days, one of the most historic days of this sport, in front of the King, in front of King William Alexander, and how special, how very, very special for Tovex Mary-Lou and for Henrik von Eckermann.
When it comes to a moment like in Amsterdam, the last fence, there I always think the difference between a good horse and one of these special horses. They really try to the last breath, and that's what she does, and that makes the win.